Here is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. We end today's show in Connecticut, where a Bangladeshi woman facing deportation has been granted a last-minute stay following public outcry against her removal. Salmas Story's deportation was halted less than 24 hours before she was supposed to board a one-way flight to Bangladesh, leaving her husband and 17-year-old son, who's a U.S. citizen. Story has lived in the United States for nearly 20 years, but in June she was told by ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, she had to leave the country by August. That's when her community stepped in, staging protests in New Haven, a hunger strike outside ICE office in Hartford, Connecticut, demanding Salma be allowed to stay in the U.S. This is Salma's husband, Anwar Mahmood, speaking to NBC Connecticut shortly after the stay of deportation was announced.
If she was leaving, then we have no chance to fight back. Now she's still here, so we can fight. So that's all we need. We need to fight, and we're going to win that fight.
For more, we go to Hartford, Connecticut, where we're joined by Salma Story herself and her son, Samir. Later today, they'll be heading to Quinnipiac University, where Samir will start his freshman year. It's been her mother's lifelong dream to send her son to college. Welcome to Democracy Now! Salma, let's begin with you. How did this happen, that your deportation was stopped?
Community help. The community helped.
Yeah, the community helped me, and a lot of community organization is helped me.
A lot of the community helped her out, and there were multiple protests over the Hartford area and New Haven area, which helped my mother become known to ICE and let ICE know that there are supporters and that they're wrongfully deporting her.
Samir, can you talk about the hunger strike led by your father?
So the hunger strike was originally an idea I wasn't that okay with, because I didn't want people suffering from my mom, so didn't my mom either. And so what happened was my dad had a bunch of crazy ideas, because he was losing his mind, to be honest, because of the deportation. He was going to lose the love of his life, and he's going to lose my mother. So he thought of having a hunger strike in front of Hartford, in front of ICE's building, where if they look out the window, they see us for the next 43 hours until the deportation date/time. And so the hunger strike was led in front of ICE. There were about 9 other individuals who joined, and over hundreds of people have joined us, from the South Windsor mayor to the Manchester mayor, even the Hartford mayor himself. And Governor Malloy and Senator Blumenthal showed support, and then Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro showed their support and understood our problem.
So Geo Group facilitated, that's the large prison company that there was a mass protest against all over the country weeks ago. But they facilitated your mom, Salma Story, from wearing an ankle bracelet since, an ankle monitor since June. They took that monitor off yesterday. Explain what's happened, Samir, in this week, how this changed, why ICE said they were deporting her after she lived here for 20 years, and then just the developments of this week.
So what happened was, on Monday, we had our press conference with Rosa DeLauro, and she started bawling her eyes out because she read our story and she heard everything, that this mother who is actually being wrongfully deported is being wrongfully deported. She has no crime, she has nothing. And so Rosa DeLauro started crying, and she asked ICE, personally called them and asked them to grant my mother a stay or consider having a stay. And so what happened on Tuesday was the beginning of the hunger strike in front of ICE. My dad and 9 other people, and then hundreds of supporters came out to Hartford to go visit the Geo Group's ISAP office down the street. And they started to protest there. And then at 9 o'clock, at 2 o'clock, or 3 o'clock, they staged in front of ICE and started pulling tents. They started grabbing signs. They started their hunger strike, basically. So 20 hours later, we got a notice from the Board of Immigration that my mother's stay order got denied, and so we were about to lose hope. And so for the next and it was time our lawyers and everybody we knew advised us to maybe talk about sanctuary. And so what happened was, as we were about to talk about sanctuary and we were about to finalize the moments, we got a call from Congresswoman Delores' office saying that ICE is something is going on inside of ICE's building, that ICE is considering my mom's case now. The chief of ICE that is in that building behind us is looking into our case. And so I've let everybody know the hunger strike and the news medias, and they were all ecstatic, but we didn't know how long that was going to be. So about 22 an hour later, we got the call from our lawyer and said that ICE has granted the stay for officially a year, which can be renewed. And so after that, my mom just had tears of joy, and she started crying, and my dad just started crying like a baby. I'd never seen him cry like that. And so I guess ICE looked at us, and I thank ICE for looking at my mother, looking at us, and not deporting my mother, who deserves to be in this country with me.
Salma, it was your lifelong dream to take Samir to college. First generation to come to be here. It wasn't clear you would be at his side, but now you will be taking him to Quinnipiac today. How does that feel?
Ma'am, actually, this is my long life dream. My son is going Quinnipiac University, is very good university. So I am feeling very good, and she is start to Monday to college. So I am very happy.
And Samir, it's pretty stressful to start college and also exciting. And you were stressed by the idea that you were losing your mother. Now she will be at your side, taking you to school today. How do you feel?
I feel relieved because I got knocked into the political world without even knowing about it and trying. For the last month, I've met with various politicians, various supporters, and I want to thank everybody. And there was also a petition. I want to thank the 43,000 people that signed that petition to keep Salma home / keep my mom home. So after all, I feel like the hard work paid off, and I know this is not the end, and this is just the beginning of what's going to happen in the future, but I'm just relieved that on the first day of school, we can keep the tradition going of me and my mom dropping me off in front of everybody and embarrassing me.
Well, Salma Sikandar and Samir Mahmood, congratulations. And Samir, have a great year at Quinnipiac. I want to wish Vesta Gadars a happy birthday. That does it for our broadcast. Democracy Now! Produced by Mike Burke, Renee Feltz, Nermeen Sheikh. I'm Amy Goodman. Thanks for joining us.